Hello. I'm making this video for I Am Fracture. You asked me to maybe open up about how to deal with or how all of us should deal with family drama and negativity when we're trying to be the light in their life, when we're trying to live a better life. And first thing you have to remember is it's not your job to light up their life. And one thing I had to learn personally was when my batteries are drained, like a flashlight, I can't keep giving to them. It's not like I can be like, here, you could borrow my battery, I don't need it. Because a lot of people, sadly, they're comfortable thriving in chaos and drama. I've told a lot of people, you're addicted to drama and chaos, and they're like, no, I'm not. Next thing you know, they're talking to somebody they know is going to create like chaos and drama, or something gets stirred up. It's one thing to see a problem and create a solution, but a lot of people that are addicted to chaos and drama, they're better at creating problems than they are solutions. They like the attention they get. And I know that's a very hard pill to swallow. But I thought I'd put all that out there first. You have to understand the basis before you can try to get to the remedy, right? So when you're with your family, because you said you're on vacation, while you're with them, try to bring up the positive aspects of life that you had together. I'm like the queen of nostalgia. I have so many memories that we all sit around and crack up laughing like, oh, I have forgot about that. Oh my God. I told my dad something one time and he was like, I hadn't thought about that in decades. But no, I remember what you're talking about. And if you can focus on the good times, then you can bring that feeling back into the family, and just also remember, not everyone's going to remember the memories the same way. But that's where, when you're focusing on the negative aspect, which they already are, try to divert away from that. But when it comes to negative things that happen, say you and your sibling had a huge fight and you didn't talk for a long time and you've come back together, well, their reasoning and memory is different than what yours is. Because most people feel like a victim in their life. Most people, I didn't do anything to deserve that. Why would I apologize? And I remember at one point my sister and I got into a big fight and didn't talk for probably like 5 years. And my mom kept going, she's your sister, you have to love her. And I was like, I don't have to do anything. And she said, just apologize to her. And I'm like, I didn't do anything that warrants an apology. I'm not going to apologize. I was being very stubborn and hard-headed. And then years continued to go by and my sister started getting sick. And we still don't have the best relationship. But that's also trying to give light to someone who doesn't really care for it. They live their world, they live in their own world, they live by their own right. We're different people and that's okay. I've also had to accept the fact that not all family is blood. We all know this. People say blood is thicker than water, or family is about blood. It doesn't boil down to that. It boils down to your family is who is there for you. Your family is who is supportive of you. Your family is the ones that would make sure you're okay when you're not the same, They'll reach out. They'll listen. They'll keep things to themselves. They'll have respect for you. That's what I view family as. And when we're growing up in families, a lot of times we compete with one another. And it's crazy because it's like, oh, I'm the favorite child. Well, you be whatever you want to be. I don't care. I'm not here to compete with anybody else in this world but myself. I want to better myself. I want to, as you stated it, I am fracture. I want to be my absolute best. And when you're trying to be your absolute best, you're shining that light. Understand it's going to irritate some people's demons. And those can be family members. There's still jealousy, hostility, rage, envy. I mean, the list goes on, right? We can all sit here and try to compete where we don't compare, or we can say, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm striving for. But one thing I will tell you, if you have successes in your life right now, keep them to yourself. Because not everybody is striving to be their absolute best. Not everybody is going to encourage you. If anything, they want to disempower you to bring you back down to the level that they're at, because once again, you're still family in their eyes. So you can't succeed. If I came from the same family and I don't have the same ability, then let me bring your energy down by bringing in drama and chaos and knocking you off your horse. Because who you think you are? I've heard a lot of times, who do you think you are? And not necessarily just from friends, you know. It's always takes me aback how people can be, I guess jealous is the word. I watched a boss do something the other day and I was like, wow, you just copied me, and I had to let it go. I had to laugh it off, and I thought, well, at least it's inspiring and encouraging, and maybe it will change that person's attitude, because some people need a toot adjustment, like them rabbit ears on that TV. The static's too noisy and you can't see the picture clearly. So we have to be okay with giving away or letting people steal our ideas, right? I'm not saying about your creative endeavors, but I'm saying about the air of what makes you who you are. If you make people laugh and you tend to bring people down and diffuse arguments, or you have the ability to listen and not react in a way that is going to boom the whole situation, you have power within you. And the problem is people see that power, and then that makes them even more angry, and they're like, give me more dynamite, give me more dynamite. I'm going to blow this up. I'm going to let you prove you're not as calm, cool, and collected as you say you are. So the best thing you can do, especially while you're with family, is, like I said, try to create positive, nostalgic moments. But at the same time, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Don't force yourself to be in situations for the sake of the group. Because is it better to have a bunch of people around you and be fake? Or is it better to be authentic and alone? You have to ask yourself, who are you trying to please? And at this point, when you're on vacation with family, I can see you're trying to connect with family. But a lot of times that's when you have to pay the closest attention. You have to understand where you're being guided next in your life. And sometimes you do have to walk away from what is comfortable and known to you, which may be family, you know. Not everybody's for you, and you're not for everybody else, you know. Everyone says, oh, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't drink tea. You know, you've got to be okay with the doors that are opening and closing. You have to be okay, and I'm talking emotionally okay and mentally okay, to allow for what's going to transpire to happen. Because if anything, you could be on a learning adventure right now. You could be on a point in your life where clarity is presented right before you. But the hard part is, yes, when you do have to let family go, you know. And I'm not saying you just like, oh, I'm done, I will never speak to you again. You don't even have to say anything. Because people put their time and attention into what they're interested in, what they want in their life. And honestly, if you're trying to be your absolute best and you're trying to provide light for others, a lot of people will stop calling you. They will stop checking on you. You will no longer be invited to situations. And if it bothers you, then you have to sit down and ask yourself, why do I even want to be around and be entertaining that when I don't feel fulfilled when I'm there. I used to go to my aunt's house every weekend. We would go out there to party and hang out, and I would always leave crying. And I was like, why do I even go over there? And one day I had to just say, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And at first it was hard and awkward because holidays still came around and I still saw her and my uncle and all them. But I had to realize at that time I had outgrown certain parts of my family. And like I said, even with my sister, we didn't talk for years. And we have to understand that it's okay when things are not the Brady Bunch. You know, we're not that picture perfect family. Because look at the real world. Nothing in this world is picture perfect. But when you can open up, and I'm saying be honest about what you truly believe in, that's when you're going to see what people truly think about you. That's the hard part. Be ready to stomach it. Because where you think that others might respect you or actually care about what it is your goals are, you might find that they're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to sink back to the bottom, to the chaos and drama with them, because that's where they thrive and strive to survive. Don't beat yourself up because you want to have helium in your balloon. You know, you want to go up. Some people are okay sitting like a stone, but you have to, once again, know yourself. Control your emotions. Because if you are, if your emotions are easily manipulated, then you're easily manipulated. Meaning you don't have any control over yourself. And that's the scary part. Because the older we get, there's more on the line for a lot of people. You know, they have worn a mask for so long that if you try to introduce them to your world where you're vulnerable and open and let people see your light because you want to help them be better, you're ripping their mask off. If you're going to rip their mask off, you have now exposed what's in their heart, what's in their mind, what they're capable of, and really that they're nowhere near what you are. Not everybody's meant to be a firefly. Not everybody's meant to sacrifice and be a martyr to help others wake up. So if you're investing your time into being that light, keep being that light. But if you're around people that continually like, oh my God, it's so bright, can you turn off the light? And they want to drag you back down, sadly you have to leave that situation, no matter if it's friends, family, teachers, whatever it is. But just remember, you're not everybody's cup of tea. And it's okay to be who you are. So I'm going to leave it on that note, and hopefully that offered some sort of clarity. And sending you lots of peace, love, and light, and good luck with your family. Bye.